Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Part 4. London. Part 4. London. Pip arrives in London. Pip arrives in London. He sees a big city for the first time. He sees a big city for the first time. He forgets Joe and Biddy. He forgets Joe and Biddy. He only thinks about Estella. He only thinks about Estella. He lives in Barnard's Inn in London. He lives in Barnard's Inn in London. In his rooms, he meets Herbert Pocket. In his rooms, he meets Herbert Pocket.
Hello, my name's Herbert. Hello, my name's Herbert.
Hello, I'm Pip. Hello, I'm Pip. I remember you. I remember you. You're the boy in Miss Havisham's garden. You're the boy in Miss Havisham's garden.
Yes, but now we are friends. Yes, but now we are friends. I want to show you London. I want to show you London. My father is a teacher. My father is a teacher. He can help you to be a gentleman. He can help you to be a gentleman.
Then I can marry Estella. Then I can marry Estella.
Herbert is telling Pip about Miss Havisham. Herbert is telling Pip about Miss Havisham. He says,
Be careful, Pip.
He says,
Be careful, Pip. Miss Havisham hates men. Miss Havisham hates men. Many years ago, she was in love. Many years ago, she was in love. But on her wedding day, the man wasn't at the church. But on her wedding day, the man wasn't at the church. The time was 9:20. The time was 9:20. Estella hates men too. Estella hates men too.
I cannot marry you. I cannot marry you. I love your money. I love your money. But I don't love you. But I don't love you.
Ah! This is terrible. Ah! This is terrible. Stop the clocks. Stop the clocks. Close the curtains. Close the curtains. I don't want to live in the world. I don't want to live in the world.
Pip learns to be a gentleman. Pip learns to be a gentleman. He learns to eat politely. He learns to eat politely. He learns to speak politely. He learns to speak politely. He learns to behave politely. He learns to behave politely. He learns to behave politely. Joe visits him in London, but he doesn't stay long. Joe visits him in London, but he doesn't stay long. Pip doesn't want to talk to his old friend, the blacksmith. Pip doesn't want to talk to his old friend, the blacksmith. Pip is a snob. Pip is a snob. Pip is a snob.
You're a fine gentleman now, Pip. You're a fine gentleman now, Pip. You have fine clothes. You have fine clothes.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe.
Biddy sends you her best wishes, Pip. Biddy sends you her best wishes, Pip.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe.
I'm going back to the village now, Pip. I'm going back to the village now, Pip. I don't belong in London. I don't belong in London. I don't belong in London.
Goodbye, Joe. Goodbye, Joe.
Joe is unhappy. Joe is unhappy. He loves Pip. He loves Pip. Pip buys new clothes and new furniture. Pip buys new clothes and new furniture. Pip buys new clothes and new furniture. Mr. Jaggers always has money to give him. Mr. Jaggers always has money to give him. Mr. Wemmick, my clerk, has some money for you, Pip. Mr. Wemmick, my clerk, has some money for you, Pip. How much do you want? How much do you want?
A lot, Mr. Jaggers. A lot, Mr. Jaggers.
All right, Pip. All right, Pip. You are 21 years old this year. You are 21 years old this year. Your benefactor wants to give you more money. Your benefactor wants to give you more money.
But who is my benefactor? But who is my benefactor? It's Miss Havisham, isn't it? It's Miss Havisham, isn't it?
I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you.
Here is your money, sir. Here is your money, sir.
Pip is very happy. Pip is very happy. He is a rich gentleman. He is a rich gentleman. He can marry Estella. He can marry Estella. Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Part 5. Estella in London. Estella in London. Estella comes back from Paris. Estella comes back from Paris. Now she is a lady, and Pip is a gentleman. Now she is a lady, and Pip is a gentleman. Pip goes to visit Miss Havisham at Satis house and meets Estella. Pip goes to visit Miss Havisham at Satis house and meets Estella. Pip thinks that Miss Havisham is his benefactor. Pip thinks that Miss Havisham is his benefactor.
You are rich now, Pip. You are rich now, Pip. But the name of your benefactor is secret, I think. But the name of your benefactor is secret, I think.
Yes, Miss Havisham, but I'm very grateful. Yes, Miss Havisham, but I'm very grateful. But I'm very grateful. But I'm very grateful.
Good. Look, here is Estella. Good. Look, here is Estella.
You are very beautiful, Estella. You are very beautiful, Estella.
Ah, it's the blacksmith's boy. Ah, it's the blacksmith's boy. You are a gentleman now. Your shoes are clean. You are a gentleman now. Your shoes are clean.
Miss Havisham is happy. Miss Havisham is happy. She wants Estella to break the hearts of men. She wants Estella to break the hearts of men. This is Miss Havisham's revenge. This is Miss Havisham's revenge.
Is she beautiful?
She asks Pip.
Yes.
He says.
Is she beautiful?
She asks Pip.
Yes.
Love her, Pip.
Says Miss Havisham.
Love her. Love her. Love her. Love her, Pip. Love her. Love her. Love her.
Estella comes to London. Estella comes to London. Pip is her friend, but she flirts with a lot of men. Pip is her friend, but she flirts with a lot of men. But she flirts with a lot of men. Pip is jealous. Pip is jealous. Pip is jealous. Pip is jealous. At a party, he is talking to Estella. At a party, he is talking to Estella.
Estella, don't dance with other men. Estella, don't dance with other men. Don't smile at them. Marry me. Don't smile at them. Marry me. I am a gentleman now. I love you. I am a gentleman now. I love you.
Don't be silly, Pip. Don't be silly, Pip. Don't be silly, Pip. I have no heart. I have no heart. I cannot love you. I cannot love you. I can only make you unhappy. I can only make you unhappy.
Do you want to dance, Miss Estella?
Yes, thank you, sir.
Do you want to dance, Miss Estella?
Yes, thank you, sir. Goodbye, Pip. Goodbye, Pip.
Pip is very sad. Pip is very sad. Herbert wants to help his friend. Herbert wants to help his friend. He tells him to forget Estella. He tells him to forget Estella.
But I love her,
says Pip.
But I love her,
says Pip. Pip is drinking with Herbert and some other students. Pip is drinking with Herbert and some other students. Every man drinks to a lady. Every man drinks to a lady. Bentley Drummle is there. He is rich and handsome. Bentley Drummle is there. He is rich and handsome. But he has a bad reputation. 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 He raises his glass. He raises his glass.
To Estella, the most beautiful woman in London. To Estella, the most beautiful woman in London. The most beautiful woman in London. The most beautiful woman in London.
Pip is angry. Pip is angry.
You cannot drink to Estella. You cannot drink to Estella. You don't know her. You don't know her.
Why not? I know her well. Why not? I know her well. She is my special friend. She is my special friend. I often dance with her. I often dance with her.
You are lying. You are lying.
Herbert tells Pip to be careful. Everyone is listening. Herbert tells Pip to be careful. Everyone is listening. Later, Bentley Drummle shows everybody a letter from Estella. Later, Bentley Drummle shows everybody a letter from Estella. She writes,
Yes, I know Mr. Drummle. Sometimes I dance with him. Estella.
She writes,
Yes, I know Mr. Drummle. Sometimes I dance with him. Estella.
Pip must apologize. Pip must apologize. Pip must apologize.
I am sorry,
He says.
you are right. I am sorry,
He says.
you are right. You are not a liar. You are not a liar.
And you, sir, are not a gentleman. And you, sir, are not a gentleman.
The other students laugh at Pip. The other students laugh at Pip. Pip goes to see Estella. Pip goes to see Estella.
Estella, why do you see Bentley Drummle? Estella, why do you see Bentley Drummle? Why do you see Bentley Drummle?
Estella answers,
There are lots of men in my life, Pip.
Estella answers,
There are lots of men in my life, Pip. There are lots of men in my life, Pip. There are lots of men in my life, Pip. I am very beautiful. I am very beautiful. Miss Havisham gives me a lot of money. Miss Havisham gives me a lot of money. They all want to marry me. They all want to marry me.
But Estella, Drummle is a horrible person. But Estella, Drummle is a horrible person. Drummle is a horrible person. Drummle is a horrible person. He's cruel and stupid. He's cruel and stupid.
I like cruel, stupid, rich men. I like cruel, stupid, rich men. Remember, Pip, I have no heart. Remember, Pip, I have no heart.
Biddy writes to Pip. Biddy writes to Pip. Pip's sister, Joe's wife, is dead. Pip's sister, Joe's wife, is dead. Pip goes back to the village. Pip goes back to the village. After the funeral, he speaks to Biddy. After the funeral, he speaks to Biddy.
Joe is very sad, Pip. Joe is very sad, Pip. You never write to him or visit us. You never write to him or visit us.
I'm sorry, Biddy. I'm sorry, Biddy. But don't worry. I want to visit Joe often now. But don't worry. I want to visit Joe often now. My sister is dead and he is alone. My sister is dead and he is alone.
I don't believe you, Pip. I don't believe you, Pip. I don't believe you, Pip. You're a gentleman now. You're a gentleman now. And you don't want to remember Joe and me. And you don't want to remember Joe and me.
No, Biddy, I miss you. No, Biddy, I miss you.
But Pip doesn't visit them. But Pip doesn't visit them. He always thinks about Estella and Miss Havisham. He always thinks about Estella and Miss Havisham. He forgets his real friends. He forgets his real friends. Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Part 6. The Visitor. The Visitor. One night, Pip is studying at home. One night, Pip is studying at home. It is a dark, stormy night. It is a dark, stormy night. He can hear the wind and the rain in the London streets. He can hear the wind and the rain in the London streets. He can hear the wind and the rain in the London streets. Suddenly, somebody knocks at the door. Suddenly, somebody knocks at the door. It is an old, rough-looking man. It is an old, rough-looking man. He is not a gentleman. He is not a gentleman.
Who are you? What do you want? Who are you? What do you want?
My boy, my boy. Do you recognise me? Do you recognise me? Do you recognise me?
No, I don't know you. Please, go away. No, I don't know you. Please, go away.
But I know you. But I know you. You are my gentleman. You are my gentleman.
This is a mistake.
No, there's no mistake.
This is a mistake.
No, there's no mistake. You are a gentleman because you have my money. You are a gentleman because you have my money. You are my gentleman.
Pip and the prisoner are talking. Pip and the prisoner are talking.
Do you remember the marshes? Do you remember the marshes? Do you remember the churchyard? Do you remember the churchyard? Do you remember the prisoner? I am the prisoner. Do you remember the prisoner? I am the prisoner. My name is Abel Magwitch. My name is Abel Magwitch.
But this is impossible. But this is impossible.
No, dear boy, you helped me. No, dear boy, you helped me. I remember the food. I remember the food. I was a prisoner in Australia. I was a prisoner in Australia. Now I have a lot of money. Now I have a lot of money. I have a sheep farm in Australia. I have a sheep farm in Australia. Jaggers is my lawyer. Jaggers is my lawyer. He gives you money from me, dear boy. He gives you money from me. He gives you money from me. I am in England to see you. I am in England to see you. I am in England to see you.
Pip is very upset. Pip is very upset.
I don't understand. Miss Havisham is my benefactor. I don't understand. Miss Havisham is my benefactor.
Magwitch answers,
No, no, you are wrong.
Magwitch answers,
No, no, you are wrong.
This is terrible. This is terrible. I cannot take your money. I cannot take your money. I cannot marry Estella. I cannot marry Estella. I hate you. I hate you.
Now Pip knows the truth. Now Pip knows the truth. He tells everything to his friends. He tells everything to his friends.
It is dangerous for Abel, Pip. It is dangerous for Abel, Pip. The police want to hang him. We must help him. The police want to hang him. We must help him. The police want to hang him. The police want to hang him.
Magwitch must return to Australia. Magwitch must return to Australia.
It is the end of my dreams. It is the end of my dreams. I am poor again. I am poor again.
Abel Magwitch must hide from the police. Abel Magwitch must hide from the police. His enemy is looking for him. His enemy is looking for him.
I am happy with you, Pip. I am happy with you, Pip. You are like my son. You are like my son. I love you. I love you. I don't want to go back to Australia. I don't want to go back to Australia.
Pip decides to help Magwitch. Pip decides to help Magwitch. They must go to Australia together. They must go to Australia together. First, he wants to see Joe and Biddy again. First, he wants to see Joe and Biddy again. He goes back to the forge in the country. He goes back to the forge in the country.
Pip, I'm so glad to see you. Pip, I'm so glad to see you. How are you? How are you? I'm sorry we have no good food or fine wine for a gentleman like you. I'm sorry we have no good food or fine wine for a gentleman like you. I'm sorry we have no good food or fine wine for a gentleman like you.
Don't say that, Joe. Don't say that, Joe. I'm not a gentleman now. I'm not a gentleman now. It's a long story, and I cannot tell you everything. It's a long story, and I cannot tell you everything. It's a long story, and I cannot tell you everything. It is a secret. It is a secret. But I'm here to say goodbye.
Goodbye? Where are you going?
But I'm here to say goodbye.
Goodbye? Where are you going?
I'm going to Australia. I cannot tell you any more. I'm going to Australia. I cannot tell you any more. But thank you, Joe and Biddy, for everything. But thank you, Joe and Biddy, for everything. You are my best friends. You are my best friends.
Part 4. London. Pip arrives in London. He sees a big city for the first time. He forgets Joe and Biddy. He only thinks about Estella. He lives in Barnard's Inn in London. In his rooms, he meets Herbert Pocket.
Hello, my name's Herbert.
Hello, I'm Pip. I remember you. You're the boy in Miss Havisham's garden.
Yes, but now we are friends. I want to show you London. My father is a teacher. He can help you to be a gentleman.
Then I can marry Estella.
Herbert is telling Pip about Miss Havisham. He says,
Be careful, Pip. Miss Havisham hates men. Many years ago, she was in love, but on her wedding day, the man wasn't at the church. The time was 9:20. Estella hates men too.
I cannot marry you. I love your money, but I don't love you.
Ah! This is terrible. Stop the clocks. Close the curtains. I don't want to live in the world.
Pip learns to be a gentleman. He learns to eat politely. He learns to speak politely. he learns to behave politely. Joe visits him in London, but he doesn't stay long. Pip doesn't want to talk to his old friend, the blacksmith. Pip is a snob.
You're a fine gentleman now, Pip. You have fine clothes.
Thank you, Joe.
Biddy sends you her best wishes, Pip.
Thank you, Joe.
I'm going back to the village now, Pip. I don't belong in London.
Goodbye, Joe.
Joe is unhappy. He loves Pip. Pip buys new clothes and new furniture. Mr. Jaggers always has money to give him. Mr. Wemmick, my clerk, has some money for you, Pip. How much do you want?
A lot, Mr. Jaggers.
All right, Pip. You are 21 years old this year. Your benefactor wants to give you more money.
But who is my benefactor? It's Miss Havisham, isn't it?
I cannot tell you.
Here is your money, sir.
Pip is very happy. He is a rich gentleman. He can marry Estella. Part 5. Estella in London. Estella comes back from Paris. Now she is a lady, and Pip is a gentleman. Pip goes to visit Miss Havisham at Satis house and meets Estella. Pip thinks that Miss Havisham is his benefactor.
You are rich now, Pip, but the name of your benefactor is secret, I think.
Yes, Miss Havisham, but I'm very grateful.
Good. Look, here is Estella.
You are very beautiful, Estella.
Ah, it's the blacksmith's boy. You are a gentleman now. Your shoes are clean.
Miss Havisham is happy. She wants Estella to break the hearts of men. This is Miss Havisham's revenge.
Is she beautiful?
She asks Pip.
Yes,
He says,
Love her, Pip.
says Miss Havisham.
Love her. Love her. Love her.
Estella comes to London. Pip is her friend, but she flirts with a lot of men. Pip is jealous. At a party, he is talking to Estella.
Estella, don't dance with other men. Don't smile at them. Marry me. I am a gentleman now. I love you.
Don't be silly, Pip. I have no heart. I cannot love you. I can only make you unhappy.
Do you want to dance, Miss Estella?
Yes, thank you, sir. Goodbye, Pip.
Pip is very sad. Herbert wants to help his friend. He tells him to forget Estella,
But I love her.
says Pip. Pip is drinking with Herbert and some other students. Every man drinks to a lady. Bentley Drummle is there. He is rich and handsome, but he has a bad reputation. He raises his glass.
To Estella, the most beautiful woman in London.
Pip is angry.
You cannot drink to Estella. You don't know her.
Why not? I know her well. She is my special friend. I often dance with her.
You are lying.
Herbert tells Pip to be careful. Everyone is listening. Later, Bentley Drummle shows everybody a letter from Estella. She writes,
Yes, I know Mr. Drummle. Sometimes I dance with him. Estella.
Pip must apologize.
I am sorry,
He says.
You are right. You are not a liar.
And you, sir, are not a gentleman.
The other students laugh at Pip. Pip goes to see Estella.
Estella, why do you see Bentley Drummle?
Estella answers,
There are lots of men in my life, Pip. I am very beautiful. Miss Havisham gives me a lot of money. They all want to marry me.
But Estella, Drummle is a horrible person. He's cruel and stupid.
I like cruel, stupid, rich men. Remember, Pip, I have no heart.
Biddy writes to Pip. Pip's sister, Joe's wife, is dead. Pip goes back to the village. After the funeral, he speaks to Biddy.
Joe is very sad, Pip. You never write to him or visit us.
I'm sorry, Biddy, but don't worry. I want to visit Joe often now. My sister is dead and he is alone.
I don't believe you, Pip. You're a gentleman now, and you don't want to remember Joe and me.
No, Biddy, I miss you.
But Pip doesn't visit them. He always thinks about Estella and Miss Havisham. He forgets his real friends. Part 6. The Visitor. One night, Pip is studying at home. It is a dark, stormy night. He can hear the wind and the rain in the London streets. Suddenly, somebody knocks at the door. It is an old, rough-looking man. He is not a gentleman.
Who are you? What do you want?
My boy. My boy. Do you recognise me?
No, I don't know you. Please, go away.
But I know you. You are my gentleman.
This is a mistake.
No, there's no mistake. You are a gentleman because you have my money. You are my gentleman.
Pip and the prisoner are talking.
Do you remember the marshes? Do you remember the churchyard? Do you remember the prisoner? I am the prisoner. My name is Abel Magwitch.
But this is impossible.
No, dear boy. You helped me. I remember the food. I was a prisoner in Australia. Now I have a lot of money. I have a sheep farm in Australia. Jaggers is my lawyer. He gives you money from me, dear boy. I am in England to see you.
Pip is very upset.
I don't understand. Miss Havisham is my benefactor.
Magwitch answers,
No, no. You are wrong.
This is terrible. I cannot take your money. I cannot marry Estella. I hate you.
Now Pip knows the truth. He tells everything to his friends.
It is dangerous for Abel, Pip. The police want to hang him. We must help him.
Magwitch must return to Australia.
It is the end of my dreams. I am poor again.
Abel Magwitch must hide from the police. His enemy is looking for him.
I am happy with you, Pip. You are like my son. I love you. I don't want to go back to Australia.
Pip decides to help Magwitch. They must go to Australia together. First, he wants to see Joe and Biddy again. He goes back to the forge in the country.
Pip, I'm so glad to see you. How are you? I'm sorry we have no good food or fine wine for a gentleman like you.
Don't say that, Joe. I'm not a gentleman now. It's a long story, and I cannot tell you everything. It is a secret. But I'm here to say goodbye.
Goodbye? Where are you going?
I'm going to Australia. I cannot tell you any more. But thank you, Joe and Biddy, for everything. You are my best friends.